Hello traders, welcome to my channel. In this video I'll be sharing with you a secret strategy how you can cash swing trades on volatility 75, boom and crash, forex pairs and all of that. This one single trade, guys, can double your account, can grow your account in a way you will not believe. So I'm going to be sharing with you a top-down analysis on how I've done this, how we are going to use many factors, use breakout of trend lines, use many confirmations to take this kind of trading setups. So you want to watch till the end and make sure that you leave a like if you like to continue seeing videos like this. And it's your first time coming across this channel, make sure you subscribe by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell. All right, so watch till the end.
Okay, traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, Nasdaq, VIX75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out.
So basically, this is our chart. As bare as they are, let's do an advanced analysis on them. Right, so basically what we do in order to get appropriate information, first of all we go to our bigger time frames, right? So when we go to our bigger time frames, we are going to see how price has actually been moving. Okay, so from here, if you look at the daily, you are going to see already that daily has formed out, an inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? This is an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and this is the next move, right? I hope you can see that, because see that when price created this low, it came back, created a high, went and then broke below here, okay, forming what we call a hit, right? Went back here and came and formed the shoulder. Now this shoulder is usually considered because it is at the level of the first shoulder that was formed. So this is an inverse head and shoulders. In an uptrending market, we usually call it simply as a head and shoulders. You see a pattern form like this, right? And then it comes, it goes. Okay, so when it forms like this, most often you are going to see price leaving a head, right, and then forming a shoulder, and the second shoulder sometimes will be at the level of these first shoulders. Most often this is usually known to be a reversal. So we already have this information that we have an inverse head and shoulder in the daily time frame. So we drop to the H4 time frame. All right, so it's just pure price action where we analyze the chart, what candlesticks are forming. So from the H4 time frame, right, if you zoom out, you are going to see now that, okay, right now we have price actually form another head and shoulders. Okay, this is like an inverse head and shoulders around this level. Okay, so if you look at it critically, you are going to see now that as price comes, this is it, right? This is a rejection key level around it there. Okay, and price has come, broke through, went, came and then fell to break this time, right, moving up. So if you zoom out this time, this is what we are going to get. We are going to get another pattern here. It formed, it goes, it comes, right? And then here we see a major support that's been formed. So this major support here, as you can see, okay, this is a major support that has been formed here. If you like, you can extend it like this. When you extend like this, you see that price has been having a particular way that has been rejecting to this zone here. So basically you can still call this what an inverse head and shoulder, which is a reversal, right? You can see this zone here, price reject, this head broke through, came, got rejected, went upgrade, rejected, and now you can see it has formed what is resistance here, right? We have a resistance, we have a major resistance above there. So right now, what do you think could be the next possibility after price rejects like this, comes and rejects, when rejects, comes again and rejects? What do you think? There is a possibility that right now price can can move up like this. Okay, but now this is not what we are entering our trades entirely on. Now when we go to smaller time frame, we already know what we have seen in the bigger time frame. We have seen where the general market bias could be, right? So once we see the general market bias, we go to smaller time frame. Now we start looking for what patterns. We start looking for patterns in smaller time frame, breakout and all of that. Now if I look at it very well, you are going to see now that we have something like a little price channel here. Now you can use that trend line, right? From my view, I already see that this is a diagonal resistance here, what we usually call dynamic, or like where we use our trend lines to connect. So if you take from this high here, you connect. All right, so we connect like that. you're already going to see that this is already what we call a trend line breakout, right? We have price reject here once, we have price reject twice, thrice, right? And this time around price comes and breaks through. Okay, so if you go to the H4 time frame, or for the on the 2 hours time frame, for instance, you are going to basically see a bigger view of it. You see that? All right, so after rejecting at a resistance zone, price actually went up with momentum this time and then failed. Now for people who were entering based on the term line, or let me say on the trend line breakout, it will not be safe to sell here. Like if you have been following my videos, I've explained this concept that when price is reacting from a zone below or above, it is not safe to sell at this zone, because we already have momentum that is pushing price up. All right, so you see now what our our multiple time frame analysis helps us to do, because if you are just trading based on a smaller time frame, you will not have known that okay, there is a resistance, or let me say a support that is below here. You get the point? So now even if I was to sell here, I will no longer sell, because I know that there is a power, there's a force that's pushing price up, and there's a possibility it can move right up. So from this, now what happened, we already know now that okay, we can maybe be taking a swing trade based on this. You get the point? So we can either take a swing trade on this, or we look for further confirmation in smaller time frame to take smaller trades. You get the point? So from here now, there is a possibility that where we have these inverse heads and shoulders, we can be looking for long trades after this confirmation breakout. This could go like this, right? This could be like this, and this will be a very good swing trade, right? Because we have confirmation right from the daily. Remember that in the daily time frame, we have what? We have a pattern that look like an inverse head and shoulders, remember, right? And then here we see, so that this move have not yet been completed out, price can possibly move right up to this zone. We have dropped to smaller time frame, to the H4 time frame. We have equally identified our patterns, right? We have equally identified that we have a resistance zone here, which price has been rejecting from a couple of times. Then we have dropped again, and we have realized that we have a dynamic resistance that have been broken, which is known as a trend line. That's already a confirmation that we can go long, right? So if you connect like that, that's already a proof for us that there is a possibility that from here price can possibly move up, right up to this zone here. That is already one way you can analyze to make your trades. Now if you are trading based on, maybe you don't have much patience to hold trades, you can go to further smaller time frame, maybe like the 15 minutes, maybe the 30 minutes time frame, right? So what you do now is you look for patterns. You can still use patterns here, and then you look on taking more trades. Okay, you can use maybe your trend lines. You can even use your trend lines in these zones here, right? You connect, you wait for price, because from here in a smaller time frame, we can already see that price is already creating highs, comes, create the next high, comes, right? So you can wait for price to come back now to this zone, maybe based on the trend line. You take your trade based on this trend line here, and then you are looking to be cashing those moves, because in this situation, since it's not a swing trade, you will not incur a too much wide stop loss. So your stop loss will now be based on this, right? So you are waiting now for price to come and get here and then reject. Sometimes you look for buy. You can also look for many confirmations, like we have made videos and we have looked for many confirmations. You can wait for this price here to close above this zone here. All right, and consider this to be liquidity cleared around below this zone here, around this previous low here. You wait for price to close above here, and then we see take a buy, right? Or you can wait for, as price moves up, you can still look for many entry patterns. But now we have a confidence that times where price can move, maybe consolidate. When it start consolidating like this, right, you can still look for breakout of chart patterns. Maybe you connect. All right, you are just trying to get into this move, and then you have a better stop loss, right? Because we have already done a multiple time frame analysis. When it consolidates, you can look for breakout, you buy, and then you join the trend, right? And you'll not have to incur a very big a wide stop loss. So we have already done a multiple time frame analysis. We are already informed on what pattern the bigger time frames are trying to form. That is how you do your analysis, right? Or sometimes you can, okay, like you see right now, you see now that price is moving in this channel. Price has actually rejected from this channel above there. So you see now that price can come back here. Like I said earlier, you enter, you are waiting for price to break out of here, and you are going to be cashing bigger moves. So we have done a multiple time frame analysis. We know what the bigger time frame patterns are. The bigger time frames have higher hand or an upper hand. So those patterns in bigger time frame are stronger than those in smaller time frames, right? So if we look at them, we try to look at things in smaller time frames that are going to rhyme with our pattern or our trend in the bigger time frame. So that is how you should always do your analysis based on whatever market you are doing. Always try to know what's going on in bigger time frames, and then you drop further to smaller time frames. You try to identify the various patterns, guys. But always remember that trading is based on probability. I know retail traders, we don't control the market, right? So there are times where price can still go otherwise. Okay, that's why we always say you should manage your risk properly, but we work on probabilities. So we always use language like there is a higher probability of price moving this way than this way. That is the language of a trader, right? So that is basically it, guys. So if it happens to break down, then fine, we are going to be looking for further shots, but there is a higher probability that price can go up than go down. All right, so basically that's it, guys. So thank you for watching. If you found the video helpful, just give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if this is your first time. All right, you can also join our Telegram channel. We have made this analysis and we have dropped it in our Telegram channel.